Alright guys, welcome aboard. I'm going to be doing a quick flight here in the Eclipse 550. We're going to be going from Denver over to Salt Lake City. Looks like there's some weather there along the route. So let's jump into the plane and get her fired up over here. It's been a while since I've done a video and had a whole bunch of other stuff going on, you know, life. I haven't flown X-plane in a while, so excuse me if I'm confused here a little bit. Hopefully I remember everything. Let's get our fuel up, let's get our sounds, that will leave them as is. Alright, I think we're ready to get fired up over here. Let's get, let's see, bus ties, get everything turned on, gen, starters. Let's go ahead and get our nav and strobe, or beacon on, sorry. Let's jump in here and go autopilot. Let's take a look and just punch in our flight plan here. So we're not actually going from Denver International, we're going from whatever the other airport is there. We'll see here. It's called APA. There we go. Continental. Okay. And we are going to be going to Salt Lake City. And let's take a look at our flight plan. I'm looking at my other monitor here. It looks like we're going to be doing a departure off of runway 35 right, coming into 34 right. So let's load up a departure here. 35 right. And we're looking for the foot 4 departure. Let's see if we got that. There we go, foot 4. Going into Salt Lake City. What did we say? Load arrival. We're going to do the ILS to 34 right. And the arrival there is going to be the Lehigh 5. There we go with EKR transition. There we are. Let's take a quick look at it over here. Let's see, map, flight plan. Let's go to plan. Alright, there we go. Over the Rockies and into Salt Lake City. Perfect. Looking good. Let's get rid of the plan there. I like to leave that the actual waypoints up on the screen there. And I think we're ready to get fired up here, so let's just make sure that's off, turn that off. Alright. Start 1, start 2. Ooh, it's nice and loud. Go ahead and shut the door. There we go, and we'll adjust this volume as we go here. My volume setup's a little bit different on, on my setup. So this is almost a test flight to see how everything's working. Get a weather update there. There's all that rain we're going to be dealing with. Let's go ahead and turn down our master just a tad. There we go. Don't want it too high. Alright, that looks good. Alright, let's get our, we can get our strobes on here, get our taxi lights on, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up my Navigraph, KAPA, that's the one. Let's take a look, and since I'm not familiar with the actual airport, let's see where we are. So we are over here, alright, and it looks like it's the signature ramp. We're going to be going at 25, I believe it was right. Yes, 25 right. So basically, we taxi out of here, take a right, go down Alpha, all the way to the end. Alright, that looks good. Let's see, what else we gotta do? We're gonna turn our cabin on, get our oxygen on, and let's set a few things up here before we even roll out. Waypoint set. I'm going to go ahead and set my trim tab over here. Up a bit. Get our flaps. We're ready for takeoff there. think I forgot anything. Alright, so we're going all the way down there. Okay, parking brake off. Roll out of here. Adjust my volume there again. Like I said, I had to change around my some of my optical sound cabling, so it's a little bit different here. I'm gonna kind of get used to it. There, take a right out of here, and then a left on Alpha right here, and we head down to the end of the runway. This thing just wants to coast down the runway nice and quick, or down the taxiway. Zoom out of here. Where are we going up to? Let's see here. I think we're going to go up to 24,000 feet. That should be good. Crank this up to somewhere about there. 180 on the airspeed looks good. Yeah, wet runway here. Alright, there we are. So we got some storms. You can see that down here on the radar. It looks like we're gonna luck out and not fly right into that one. But let's see what we fly into the rest of the route there, because it's like I said, it's kind of stormy between Denver and Salt Lake City. That's why I kind of picked that route. I want to see if we can't get into some of the weather here. You know what, we'll actually take off right here. Take off at, well no, you know what, we're kind of high up, so I'm going to go all the way to the end here. We never got our ATIS here, so let's pick that up.
Centennial Information Foxtrot. 2000 Zulu weather. Wind 040 at 11 gust 20, visibility 4, rain. Sky conditions 4,500 broken, 8,500 overcast, 31,000 few, temperature 12, dew point 9. Altimeter 2996. Arriving runways 28, 35 left, 35 right, departing runways 28, 35 left, 35 right. Advise on it.
Alright, that's good enough for me. Got our altimeter setting. Yeah, I was gonna do an intersection departure there, but then I just realized we're almost at 6,000 feet, so let's use up all the runway we can. All right, landing lights on. Our strobes are already on. All right, let's take the runway and get on out of here. All right, so lights. Camera, I forgot to set our altimeter here. Let's get over here and do that. Or not an altimeter, transponder. Go to altitude. Alright, that's camera. Action. Flaps are set. Trim tab is set. And GPS guidance is set. And cabin pressurization is set to normal. We're clear for takeoff. Get our view situated here. Let's get out of here. 70 knots. Looking for 90. I like to rotate right about 90 in this plane. There we go. Get her off the ground. Positive rate, gear up. A little bumpy. Alright, yaw dampener can come on and autopilot on. And let's go ahead and go over here and go to indicated airspeed. That'll take us up to 180. Flaps coming up. Landing light can come off. And taxi off. Power is set for 100%. Let's go ahead and nav here. Should start churning us onto our course. Pretty cruddy out there. Alright, plane is all cleaned up here. Gears up, flaps up. Go ahead and get those noise canceling headsets on there. I hate that noise, but you gotta have that on because of the call outs and things like that. So we'll turn that down a little bit. Let's see if we can get some tunes going. Yeah, not very good visibility here today in the Denver area. How's our temperature? Looking +2. Alright, we're looking good there. Zoom out. I'm not sure how far out the weather goes. So, just keep an eye on that. So I haven't been on X-plane. I haven't flown in a few weeks. And when I started it up, I saw there was some kind of an update. Don't know exactly what got updated. Something did. And then apparently the update failed. I don't know, I was doing X-plane so weird sometimes. It's like it said it was updating and then it failed and then it started up, so who knows. Let's see, where are we? Get rid of that. Now let's bring up our map. And looks like we are just south of Denver. Yeah, there's Continental over here. See when we pop out of the clouds here. Ooh, here we go. Some clouds updating. They look pretty good for a minute there. been a little while. Let's get sped up over here. Let's get up to go to 245 here. I want to kind of keep that climb in a little bit slower coming out of Denver because of the mountains right here. So coming out of Denver, I try to get up to a decent altitude before coming up into the Rocky Mountains there. Wait for these clouds to break up. My FPS is dropping in these clouds. Look at that, 20. I'm sure there's some more stuff going on. And we should be running right about 30-ish. Starting to see the cloud break up there. Let's see, what are we at? 17, we're going for 24. We might bump that up a little bit more. Look here. Not sure what the tops are over here in the mountains, but 24 should clear us. We can go over here and take a look at map. That'll give us our terrain here. Just keep an eye on that. Looks like coming up between layers over here. And you can see the mountains down there below. We're at 18,000. Nice little weather update there. Looks like we're losing some of the high clouds. I think 24 will do us. I'm going to go ahead and speed up to 250 here. And actually, I'm going to go to vertical speed hold here. So let's see, what can we set it at? Let's set it at about 800 here. So it's not bouncing all around up and down like that. We'll just take whatever speed we can get. There's that 30 FPS I was looking for. As it drops. Alright, I think we're clear of the clouds there. Let's get rid of that. Back to our flight plan here. And let's take a little bit closer look over here. Get rid of this flight plan now. Zoom on out. Got a few airplanes here around us. I've got the TCAS on this side here. I like to keep this one as kind of decluttered as I can. We're holding 245 here, inching down slowly. Let's go back down to 700 here. Come on, another 1,700 feet to go. Get into a little bit of chop here. Around from the back seat here. What can we see? Make the turn. Coming up to our altitude here, I'm going to go ahead and hit the auto throttle. And we're actually going to go up to 265. Sorry about that. That one view is kind of like outside of the airplane bubble. Gets a little loud. Alright, 58 minutes. That should go down a little bit more as we pick up speed here, once we level off, which we are at our cruising altitude. See if there's anything interesting to look at. Hopefully these clouds kind of break up a bit. Alright, well now that we're at cruising altitude, I'm going to go ahead and go refill my coffee. And I will be right back here. Keep an eye on the controls, don't let us crash. Be right back. engines are roaring away here. Vibration here in the cockpit. We got a really good headwind too, so it's taking a little bit longer here than expected. But we'll get there. Try to keep the speed up as much as I can. So the flight plan is going to take us pretty much straight shot over here towards Provo, Utah, and then we turn inbound and go up to Salt Lake City. You know that little rumble there? I think I had my speed brakes just tapped slightly. Which is a little weird because I don't think this plane has speed brakes, but when I put them on, like now, you get the rumble on here, but it really doesn't affect the airspeed. The airspeed kind of stays the same. And I use the slider on my Thrustmaster 1600. You know, right there's a little slider there right in front of the joystick, so sometimes I end up tapping it by accident. I think that's what it was. Just seeing the ground there, a couple little mountaintops peeking through the cloud cover. Go ahead and play around with our airspeed here just to see how high up I can get it. In the Eclipse here, I found that anything above 265, you start getting it starts having trouble holding the altitude. You start getting some good fluctuations here. We're kind of bouncing around here. This is normal here because I think there's a little bit of turbulence. But let's inch this up a little bit more. Let's go to 66. I think getting close to like 268, 270-ish someplace, I would start seeing issues with the autopilot here. Unless there was an update. I did have my updater when I started up X-Plane. I gotta get my updater updated so that it can do the updates. If that makes sense. Far so good. It's keeping our altitude there within 20 feet. Let's set it for 270 and see what happens. Double check to see when we're going to start our descent here. So I'm going to go back to command view. Our flight plan up here. And we got 240 miles remaining. So probably start our flight or descent someplace around Thistle. Well, 270 is holding nicely here, maintaining our altitude. Should I push it? Let's try it. Why not? Let's go 272. See what happens. Call this a little bit of a test flight here to see shakedown flight. See how the old Eclipse is holding altitude in my absence. I'm impressed. I don't know if I got an update at some point and it kind of fixed that, but when I first got the Eclipse, it was having that issue. Let's go 275. Looks like the weather has gotten a little bit smoother here, so that'll be good. Good idea if the increase in airspeed, at what point does it whack out the autopilot. Turn that up for you. Always forget to turn up the lighting there. 275, and it's holding altitude. Nice. 280. Let's push it all the way. Got that headwind. Maybe I was wrong. I might have thought maybe it's over 280 that's something, or 275 that's something the autopilot whacks out. I could have swore it was like 260 though, so, but I could be wrong. Let's see what happens when we go above 275 here. We're starting to get our up and down here. Let's see if it actually holds the altitude. Again, maybe it has something to do with the weight, you know, the fuel load. That could have something to do with it too. We're pretty maxed out on fuel here. Got like over 3/4 of the tank. Tank's filled up. Though it's having a hard time pushing up to 280 here. Just kind of holding at 275. We'll let it ride out and see what happens. Those clouds look nice, huh? Nothing on the radar, so I think we're clear. It's about 30 minutes out, and we should start our descent. What is that? Probably about 15 or 20 minutes. We'll start our descent once we get over here to Provo, or wherever that intersection is, or whatever. What is it? This'll, there we go, right here. 276, and you can see it's making us kind of climb up here. So let me put this to 274. Let's see if that settles it down. Alright, so 275's our max, I'm going to call it. I think we start getting our fluctuation here when we reach 275. And look at that, we are clear of the clouds, finally. Thing settle back down, hold our altitude at 274. Finally got something to look at, and it's generic scenery. Sorry, no photo reel right over here. I don't fly this route enough. I'll have to maybe just do some low-level ortho, you know, like 14 or something like that, zoom level 14, just so it looks a little more interesting. I do have it in, I do have ortho in Salt Lake City area, so you will see a switch over here at some point. Headed for MTU, 35 miles, and then we go to Thistle, that's 50 miles, and we're picking up more headwind over here. It was in the 40s, so we're at 57 now. Or if I go down lower, it could be a little bit better. We try that. Let's go over to, let's do this at 270. Set our speed at 270. Let this kind of inch down a little bit. Go down to 30 or 22,000 feet. And we'll see how it goes. See, you know, I never use this altitude change, so I'm gonna try it just to see what happens. I almost never push that button. I don't know if it's just is it the vertical speed? No, see? Pitch, so it's pitching down at our indicated vertical speed here. I'm just trying to figure out what the difference between the altitude change and just hitting vertical speed here for us is. Vertical speed. That's the way it's supposed to be configured. So when I hit altitude change, vertical speed comes on, and it is throttling us back to keep us at 270. There we go. Up our altitude. Let's go back up to 275. And picked up, what, about 8 knots less headwind there. So that's a little better. There's our frame rate here, 31, looking good. open, it goes all to crap. It goes to 20. Literally every time I talk about frame rate, the frame rate goes bonkers. Ay. There we go. See, back to 32. Something was loading at the moment. There, I'll let you look out the window here, and I will take my final break here before we start our descent into Salt Lake City. So, see it over here already, our turn at Provo. I will be right back. Do I see ortho in the distance? Maybe. Alright, let's get ready for our arrival here. Let's take a look and set up our frequency. Let's get our ATIS for Salt Lake City. So that's ready to go, and then let's see, what runway were we going to? I don't even remember. 34 right. And we're doing the ILS runway 34 right. Set nav 1 and the OBS on that. On there, just double checking. Don't look like ortho yet. Alright, 18 minutes to arrival. Start zooming in over here. Here's Thistle. We're on our way to it, 41 miles to go. I guess we could take a look at the actual arrival, right? Let's see. Come back here, airport. Salt Lake City. Alright, arrivals. And what the heck were we doing? I'll know it when I see it. Wasn't Leahy, was it? You know, I don't even remember now. Look at my other screen. Yeah, Leahy 5. That's what it was. And there we are, just coming onto the map here. Let's see our altitudes here. Let's see what we got. 24,000, 24,000. We're coming in at 22, but that's okay. And there's Thistle. After Thistle, we got 16,000. Down to 12. Alright, so after Thistle, we'll start going to 16,000. We are 32 miles out still. So we'll hold off. We'll start our descent at Thistle. I think I see Ortho over there. Yep. Let's take a look at the Ortho. Oh yeah, that's Ortho. All that stuff beyond there. This is generic right here in front. That's Ortho. I think there's the line right there too. Kind of see it. Alright, and then we are doing what's our approach? Our approach is ILS runway 34 right. Let's go back in here. Yeah, 34 right. Let's see, 34 right, ILS 5A. Not sure if it makes a difference. Cat. Well, we don't need to go Cat 1. We'll go Cat 2-3 here. At our actual arrival points here, make sure they jive up. What do we got? Leahy. Alright. Yep, there's Chevelle, Hawker. We got Page. That's over here. They got a waypoint over here. H or LG. Okay. We don't have that waypoint. So we're just going to step down from Plage to Hawker. And put that up just like that. Zoom in here. Alright, we're all set up for the arrival. That's finally something to look at. And you can see where my ortho starts, right along that line. Of course, we're going to go right into the clouds now that we're going to be looking at ortho. My view set up over here again. That sky looks nice and blue. Checking my altitudes here. So yeah, we're going to expect 16,000 feet in Spain because we are landing 34 right. Let's see if there's anything else to look at over here. Radar required, roger. Turbojet, that's us. routing from Spain to Leahy, then the runway transition. Gotcha. North runways from Leahy. Going to Loopy. Yep. Got it. We're expect radar vectors. Well, we're just gonna radar vector ourselves here. Alright. Landing north at Leahy to turn left. Okay, that's for lost comms. Alright, we don't have to worry about that. It is, we're not talking to anybody anyway. And 15 miles to go to Thistle. And we will start our descent. So let's set that. We said we were going to go to 16,000. About 1,500 foot per minute just to start out. Oh, and I was going to take a look at speed. I was looking to see if there's any speed restrictions here. Or if we could just keep it up. I don't see anything. We're going to 2. Yep, that's what we're going to. Right, 3-4 right. Yep. 3-4 right, intercept that. Proceed inbound, expect ILS visual approach. Gotcha. Okay, I don't see any speed restrictions. Unless I'm just blind. So we'll try to keep the speed up until the last minute. This Eclipse loves to... It slows down really quick. Like so. We can actually keep our speed up farther down into the arrival. Alright, we're at Thistle. Let's go ahead and we'll hit altitude change again. Let's see, we went over our 275 right there. Bring it down a little bit. Yeah, 275, and this thing starts porpoising all over the place.
Salt Lake City INTL information call. 2100 Zulu weather. Wind 310 at 9, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 8,500 view, 13,000 scattered, 20,000 scattered, temperature 17, dew point -5. Altimeter 2997. Arriving runways 34 right, 34 left, 35, 32.
Gotcha. Okay, and we never even went to standard atmosphere on there. Whoopsie. Oh well. Alright, let's see. Let's take a look at this. We gotta be down at 16,000 by there, so we gotta go down a little bit quicker. Let's get down. We're gonna try to hold 269 on the airspeed. That should get us down a little bit short, but well. And then we are going to, what, 12,000 at Loopy. Do I have that? Yes, I do. That's right there. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, Loopy. So we're gonna... We're actually going to go below 12, where we're going to set the altitude to, what is it? Loopy is 12,000. So let's just set 12,000 right there. Alright, and then we can bring this back up a little bit. Nice. Look at that. We'll bring our speed down to, let's do 260 right now. Alright, 12,000 at whatever that is, Bloopy. And then we're going to 11,000 at Kemp. I don't have that. Oh yeah, I do. Right there. It's right there. So let's go to 11,000. Want to be right at 11,000 before we get to Kemp. So we'll just go to 11 and adjust our descent here. There's the lake. Alright, and I think we can drop that. So 11,000. Yeah, what do we got? 9,000 at Hawker. That's right there. So I'm just going to set 9,000. We should be good. Even slow this descent down a little bit more. We're actually going to go to 250 on our airspeed. We're getting down closer to actually would do 255 for right now. Alright, let's turn the volume back up here a little bit. We are coming into our Plage intersection right there. How this thing's adjusting. Bit of a crosswind there. Turn that down a little bit. Alright, let's get ready for the Ravo here. Let's see. Strobes in, we kept those on the whole time. We're going to 9,000 at Hawker. Plage, and then Hawker right there, 9,000. Spinning clouds over there. Welcome to X-Plane. Like, why is this not holding our course? This is like the weirdest thing. Right, we are on nav. Come on, where are you going? It's like offset a little bit. Let's see how it does on the ILS. Alright, we have to do this a little bit manually here, so let's do this. Let's go heading hold. Yeah, I don't know what the autopilot is doing right here. It's getting us all whacked out. And we're going to go to 250 on the airspeed here. We're coming up to 10,000 feet. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this all the way around. Alright, and 6,100 is our final altitude right there. I'm going to go ahead and set that. Kind of eyeball this here. Set it right for Hawker intersection here. And I'm just moving my heading bug to get us there. You already see the runways up there. Alright, Chevelle 6100. I'm gonna go down a little bit quicker here, but actually we're gonna go ahead and start slowing down at 230. And we're on heading hold. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to our ILS here. We got 18 miles there, so I'm actually going to go to... I'm not going to hit approach yet. I guess I could, what the heck. Hit approach. Let that pick up. Let's see how off that one is. It's like definitely turning us way past it. You just went past it, dude. Alright, going back to heading. A little whacked out right there on the approach. Good thing we're visual here too. Otherwise, it would have been really wacky. Alright, let's get back on our approach here. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and slow down to 190. 190. There we go. Here's our runway. Not sure what the deal is with the autopilot and why it's kind of throwing us off. A little wacky. Alright, let's go ahead and get our landing lights on. Taxi lights on. Alright, once we get to 190, we'll try to get on our approach here. Yeah, we got altitude change, so who knows? I don't know if that's whacking it out. Not sure. Coming down to 6,100 at Chevelle. We'll hold there. There's our heading. Alright, let's go gear down. Speed to 160. Actually, we'll do 130 here for the approach. Alright, and once it hits about 150, get our first notch of flaps in. Here comes our I'm going to see what this does, because there's our glide slope. This thing starts whacking out again. Yeah, it is. I'm going to override. Not sure why it keeps trying to do that, but it is not doing what I want it to do. So, alright, flight director off, yaw dampener off. We'll go manual throttle. Fly this sucker manually. Alright, there's our glide slope. Just gonna move over a little bit. Get that localizer. Start slowing down here a little bit. Alright, 5 miles, so we're going to go full flaps. Okay, gear down, flaps are down. bumpy. Trying to hold right around 110 for the final approach here. Alright, final approach checklist. Gear down, 3 green, flaps are set. Flight director is off, yaw dampener is off, landing lights are on. Clear land. Let's go ahead and turn this up. And we'll kill the music. Can't fly and do all that at the same time.
400.
Gusty winds here. See, the winds are kind of jumping around on me here.
300. 200. 100.
Alright, landing.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Alright guys, welcome to Salt Lake City. Let's get cleaned up here. Flaps coming up. Well, that was kind of fun. Not sure why the autopilot was whacking out on us over there, but you gotta be able to fly it manually. And I think we're gonna park it right over here someplace. Alright, bending lights off and strobe lights off. I think we'll head right over to this end of the airport. Park it right over here, away from the gates. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that flight. A little whacked out there on the approach, but hey, it is what it is. And yeah, like I said, it's been a little while, so I just kind of wanted to get back into the swing of things here. We'll park it right here at SR4, whatever the heck that is. Brakes on, your taxi lights off, and let's shut her down. Get the door opened up. Get everything else shut down. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that flight. Till next time, take care. Bye.